Got an old guitar, got a fine cigar. Slow down a bit, get a lit, and let the blues lay where they are. 'Cause the blues some days, they won't let go. They won't let go. But it's Saturday, we're at the shop today. Let's celebrate, light up an anime, raise a toast, watch the blues go up in smoke. Watch the blues go up in smoke.
Honestly. What up, Bobs?
I am fast as hell.
As what?
I'm
Wait,
I'm
I'm fast, boy. What's up? It's Saturday,
It's Saturday and we're at the shop.
and it's America's birthday.
Happy birthday, America.
And you still got it.
I do.
The countdown's on, and there's 30 seconds left, and he slowly gets up and goes, I guess I should get a couple boxes of cigars for the show.
Yeah.
Just taking his time. You came running back, though.
Sprint, no. I was a sprinter in the day.
You made it?
Actually, I was, during the bicentennial, I was fast as shit.
It was 1776
Something
plus
like that.
200
Yeah.
years.
3 years later, I graduated.
There you go. You did used to be fast. I saw a photo, or at least you looked like you ran fast in
My
photos.
hair flowed,
It was
baby.
pretty cool.
My hair flowed.
That photo with you wearing the leather helmet playing football and you're running, playing for the Colts.
The leather football helmet.
Yeah. All right, on today's show, we're talking about...
What does that say? Something about America. I'm not sure what that says.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. No one's paying attention anyway. Apex exclusive tequila tasting. Brush up on your Italian for July 17th.
That's right.
The results are in.
Do you want another one?
Yeah, I got all kinds
Okay.
of them. What's better than 103 degrees?
What?
And America Monday.
America Monday.
America
Cool.
Monday.
All right.
By the way, it's Saturday at the shop. I'm Pops. This is my kid.
I'm Brandon.
And it is, we're at Industrial Cigars in Frisco, Texas.
That's right.
The epicenter, outside the epicenter of FIFA soccer.
Little too soon to be saying stuff like epicenter.
I guess so.
Right?
I guess so. By the way, if you're coming to us from a foreign country, and you probably are, because you're here in town for whatever soccer game is going on, let us know what country you're coming from. We will say good morning to you in your native tongue. Please don't come in from Sweden.
Why not?
Because I haven't practiced that one
Okay.
at all.
Here's something.
Verfindurgen, is that them?
That's it.
Which
What
one is that?
It's Swedish.
Oh, Swedish Chef Verfindurgen. Hey,
That's,
Verfindurgen.
all right, things are going well. Last night,
Verfindurgen, mate.
Jesus.
Nailing
Speaking
it this
of-
morning. Yeah.
When I was eating last night, an Australian family came in, and I was like, oh, yes. They all had their Australian garb
Yeah.
on, you know? And they sat down. Two things. One, I just immediately bought the guy a beer. I was like, hey, send a beer over to this guy, please, and just,
Say good day,
tell
mate.
him, good
Yeah.
day, mate.
Yeah.
Nice guy puts up his beer from across the deal, and I'm looking at him, and I was like, there's a hack to this, because we have Southern hospitality down here.
Yeah.
If your whole family just wore another country's jerseys, they could get everything for free. And so after
Interesting.
I went Mythbusters on it. After we got done, I walked over to the table to aggressively say hello and congratulations to welcome to America type of stuff. And if the first thing he said out of his mouth didn't have a real deep Australian accent,
Yeah.
we were going to have an issue.
Oh, yeah.
And his Australian accent, not that Australian, but his wife's was, you know, like however they,
really deep.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and so saw some Australians yesterday. That's what I
Yeah,
wanted to
big
say.
day.
Big day.
Big day.
Big day.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, everyone else here was
I
having
came
a
up here.
blast.
I came up here for First Friday. I saw a whole bunch of people that are regularly here, along with a bunch of new faces, which was great to see. Busy was doing his thing. Everybody was in quasi control,
Yep.
and we had a good time. Really good time.
Well, I did pull in this morning, and there were 6 cars in the parking lot.
That's
So
usually a
it's-
sign the first Friday was the night before.
But I tell you what, I love it. I love people. They can come in, go have some fun, and be responsible, get home safe. So that's even more important. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, B. Good morning,
Anybody-
Marty.
Where are people coming in from? Anybody from?
Marcos Rodriguez. I don't know if he's in. I don't know if he's in Frisco area. I don't know exactly where he's at. That's been a while since I've seen Brian.
Good day, mates.
Good day to all of you. All right, let's talk a little bit about what's happening today. Because last night was a blast, but
Yeah, it's
that's
a
in the
two-parter.
past.
Maybe we should kick that towards the end, where we can have our guest.
oh, okay, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. All right, well let's
Stand by. Wait till you see this.
We do have a special guest this morning.
We do.
He will come on in 5 minutes time, so that means we have 5 minutes to do everything, and then we'll do it that way.
All right.
We have a lot to do today as well.
We do, because today is really an event for the day. We're going to have. We'll go
Didn't
over
you
that
just tell me we're not talking about that?
I caught myself.
All right.
I'm
You're about to catch these hands, dog. Why don't you
About
move
to
on to
over-
the next thing?
Okay, so why don't you talk about tequila tasting in the Apex Lounge?
So, Lydia has been doing a fantastic job, and she's been doing a fantastic job of making sure our team gets educated by not only cigars but on the spirit side. So she's lining up our team training with manufacturers and spirits vendors. When they're in the building, Apex is going to have access to just their own private tasting. And this Tuesday at 6 p.m., we will have Lalo Tequila in. I don't
nice.
know. I don't know what they're bringing. All I know is Lalo Tequila. Apex members come in, free benefit, free feature of membership. Come be a part of it. Learn about the brand. It's all additive free.
We do know that the majority of them really like tequila.
Yeah, and I think I saw Haney. You just bought a bottle of.
We buy one weekly.
Yeah. So Lalo. So give them. They'll give you a couple bottles of costs to offset the cost there.
Yeah.
But that will be in Apex, 6 o'clock Tuesday. No RSVP needed. No tickets needed. Just come in.
Benefit of membership.
Sounds like value.
Go figure.
What up, Adrian Baruna? Good morning. Good morning. He's definitely coming from America.
But he's up north. Good day, mate.
There it is. There it is. I'm rocking our collab shirt here. Cut light, load pew.
Yeah, I'm rocking the what looks like from a distance. I was a Vietnam vet. Merica 25, 250 years old.
Did that come with like a special license plate that
It
has
came
like
with
the
a
medals?
coin. It came with a coin.
Did it actually really come with
yeah.
a coin?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
are
it
kidding me.
Came with a coin.
You amazing.
What's gonna be great is I'm gonna croak, and these guys are gonna be going through my shit, and they're gonna see this coin. They're gonna go, "Oh, look, here's a gold coin from the tour." The whole hat coin combo is $11.
What were you watching, C-SPAN or something? How did
Yeah.
you get this offer?
No, I was.
You had to call. You had to
I was
order
looking-
on telephone.
I
didn't
was.
you?
I was ordering some things.
You sent in a money
for
order
the
for
event.
this.
I did send in a money order. I used my traveler's check.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, because they didn't take Diners Club anymore.
That's it.
News.
Texas Wild Whiskey will be here tonight, 7 to 10. Free samples. Free samples.
I'll tell you one thing. You have free whiskey here from 7 to 10. Everything that our special guest says gets that much better.
Yeah, even truer.
Even more better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm liking this.
Uh-huh.
So hang on. We'll talk about that. Let's clean this
Whiskey,
up and then
7 to 10?
let's
Okay.
bring it up. Yeah, Texas Wild Whiskey. I'm looking forward to that.
Tell us what happens when Michael Capolini rolls in here.
Place fills up.
It fills up.
Yeah. And that.
Toscano cigars.
What did they release earlier this year?
Limoncello.
That's
We're
stupid.
killing it. And it's funny because they're like, we're going to send some into the United States. It works everywhere in the world. We're not sure if it's going to work here. For the first time ever, you know how like if you say even like your mother, my wife would have heard you say the word tequila, she would have got like sick to her stomach.
Right.
You just say it.
Right.
Last night I was talking to some really nice young lady, and I'm talking to her about Toscano. And I go, we got hazelnut, we got macchiato, and we got limoncello. She goes, ooh. And I go,
Really?
bad experience with limoncello? She goes, yes.
Too many of them. Too many of them. So Michael
The old
Caplini,
limoncello spritz got her one day.
he will be in the building. And let me pull that. I'm going to drop that link for you. And it's going to be featuring their limoncello Toscanello, also their actual limoncello, making limoncello spritz and stuff like that.
Nice.
I
Nice.
think we're doing it that way. But
Okay.
I don't know. Ali's been
I
killing
don't
on
know.
the program.
I absolutely. Michael's awesome, and I'm telling you, I don't even know. He can do the whole presentation in Italian.
Yes.
He might just be giving directions to the pizza place, but it sounds great.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, sounds great.
He is super engaging every time he comes in. This will be his third time. So the 2 times he came in before, full. He holds the room great, extremely educational. Toscano is an excellent company to work with.
Yeah.
They produce a very consistent, very memorable experience on the cigar side,
And doesn't break the bank either. It's
yeah, that's
all
right.
their stuff is sub $10.
And
Yeah.
and it's a very low maintenance cigar. Just get a pack of Toscano, throw it in your car. That thing lasts forever. So
And your car smells better.
and your car does smell better.
Yeah.
That's it. So that is on July 17th. I just put that in there. We would talk about the V Deluxe event on the 10th, but it's sold out. So we're going to
Sold
move
out.
past that.
Yeah.
So thank you. That's going to be a really cool one.
Yeah, and it's a day oneer here. A day oneer is somebody that's been with us for 9 years as a member. It's the person that's become a very dear friend over the years. Elliot Hammerman was inspired enough to go create his own line of cigars, and he did that. And so we're proud to be one of just a couple of dealers in the market that have the cigar, and
That's right.
anything we can do to help him. So that's great. The results are in.
Are we going 4 new lines or are we going 3 new lines?
I think it's 4.
For sure.
Yes.
That 4th one made it for sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
4 new
Yeah.
lines. Good
Four
morning.
new lines. But let's talk about how many we tested.
Over 100, yeah.
Well over 100.
Yeah.
I don't know how many brands that represented, but honestly, over a four-week period, or not over a 4-week period, but for 4 weeks.
Yep.
The mountain of cigars, as you guys know, we curate our humidor, we pull the labels off, we number the cigars. We get anywhere from 5 to 12, 14 people and test the cigars for the cigar. And if the cigar is a thumbs up, we then talk about what would you pay for it. So even if a cigar is great, it still has to earn its spot based on what the perceived value is of the cigar. So when you go through that whole process, first 2 nights we did 46 cigars.
Yep.
Right?
That sounds right. Did you?
3 cigars got through. I mean, it was crazy. And there were some cigars, and what's kind of fun is we injected in there a couple cigars that people know, and took the labels off of those. And I can tell you, if you would have seen the label when you smoked it, you would have went, oh yeah, I know this is
Oh,
going to be good.
I know it's going to be
This is going to
delicious.
be great.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is so good. Particularly if you spend $40 for it, you talk yourself into liking it. Oh, this is so good. 0 votes.
And this is a
0.
$40, $50 cigar, right? Very, very highly sought after cigar. Very highly sought after cigar. We won't drag them across.
One night
we won't
did
drag
it.
them through the
We
mud.
won't say who it is, but we're sitting at the table right there, and the bar was full, and I told everybody what the line was. The amount of heads that went like this, like out of disbelief. It was just like, what? Because they were kind of eavesdropping on our feedback, and then you throw out the brand, and that happened on a couple. So
You want to know what line is going to literally just catch on fire? Is Mirafel. That line with that family reserve, it's going to get nitro fuel dumped on it.
yeah, because Jeremiah was here for a couple of days. We had an incredible event. We learned about his family basically keeping not only Cameroon tobacco going, but the country of Cameroon alive. And you go through all of this, and you listen to the history, and you listen to all this stuff, and then you gulp as you're buying a $50 Robusto.
Right.
But people fell in love with it. We started selling boxes, and it was a wonderful thing. So then, when I saw him at the show, he shows me this family reserve, and he says, look at our box. It's beautiful. And it's Japanese wood, and it's got all the special stuff. It's expensive. So how about we just take the box out of the equation? He puts it in this beautiful corrugated cardboard box. Hard to say that, but or not corrugated, but a beautiful box sleeve. And are they $14?
I can't remember what they are, but
14,
they're in the teens.
$16.
It's stupid good. Especially that I don't know if it is Cameroon. I don't know if it's Connecticut. I don't know what it is. That one that we smoked. Boy, those things. Oh yeah, just look for those to come in.
Yeah.
We need to get those orders in.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to get a vent built around that to launch it to extend the line there.
I think
But
we would
holy
just
sheep
piss
shit.
people off if we did an event.
Yeah.
I think we're better off just bringing them in and letting it do it can catch on fire by itself.
I couldn't agree more. So
Yeah.
look out for Merica to hit the shelves, and that thing is, boy, they're good.
But yeah,
Boy,
I mean,
they're good.
no,
Damon, you're gonna love this stuff.
there are a couple of lines now. There's a challenge of getting on the floor, but there's also minimum requirements to stay on the floor. So this will take the place of a couple of lines, which is okay. And we're not running a museum here, so what we're going to do is free up some space that's going to put this in, and I'm really excited. We're also going to do an interesting twist on how we merchandise, but we're going to let you see it. We're
Yeah,
not
we'll
gonna
say
give
it before we
away.
talk about it. Yeah, that's right. So
Yeah.
that's in the works. There's a lot of change that's happening, and,
Yeah.
and
A
we're
lot of
just
change.
pushing. So
Yeah.
we're doing the very, very best we can, for sure. And it's I don't know. I'm enjoying the season.
Yep.
So it's there. What else do we have going on here?
I made this little comment, what's better than 103 degrees? What is better than 103
Yeah,
degrees?
70.
70.
Yeah,
is
70
better.
degrees inside
So
is good.
while you're sitting outside and the pop-ups are coming up saying heat warning, it's 70 in here.
That's right.
I don't know how many TVs we have, a lot, that all have soccer on for some ungodly reason, but we have it. And I still don't understand it. Why? I don't understand offsides.
Look.
One guy's in front of the other guy, but he's behind the line, but in front of the line, the other guy kicked it and flopped. And I don't
I
get
love
it.
my wife, bud. Yeah.
I bet you her and
She
her
believes-
attitude towards Mexican soccer has got to be crazy.
Here's the oh yeah, it's awesome. I just love it. But I think maybe I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because she sees the fake flops and she goes, "No, that really hurt." And I'm like, "Hang on, you can't you believe it." She believes that it hurt, and I'm thinking, "All right, wrestling is real."
Yeah.
And also,
So you give her one of those.
did that hurt? Oh, you're gonna flop on the ground
Yeah.
now? What? I just backhand
Yeah.
you? No, I'm not gonna do that. She'll cut me. But
Yeah.
but it is super fun. We have Mexico is playing tomorrow, and
Oh, good.
So Mexico plays the UK, I think, tomorrow. Oh, whatever it is. I'm looking over there like they give a shit about it.
Yeah.
So I think it's
We're looking at it.
Mexico, UK,
It's hard to
and
think when you look over there.
I know.
Look
It's
at this.
loud, sure.
Yeah.
And then the States plays on Monday. But we should talk about today, and we should bring on someone special to do
We
that.
should.
Right?
This young man is somebody that we knew of, but didn't know him. And he made a conscious effort, a line that we've had for several years, but we've never had this just interlocked connection like we do with so many other brands. And that he came in and spent some time here. What I appreciate is when somebody says, before we're all in, let me just make sure that everything is we're in sync. And it was clear that we were. In fact, we're going to start a boy band together. But let's get it in sync reference.
Whatever.
Okay. So he's the singer, I'm the dancer. That's just how it's going to have to be.
It is, honestly. This guy has had the most pride all summer. I swear to God. Between him and Moses, you are the most prideful guy I've met all summer. You got more boyfriends than anyone I've ever seen. Oh, he talks about you and Eduardo. He's talking about Kelly Haney. It's just like, come on, dude.
Eduardo comes from Miami, where they have the second largest pride parade on the planet.
You know that fact.
I
I
do.
didn't know that
I
fact.
did.
You know that fact.
But I only learned this stuff
If
from Moses.
if we didn't look and sound the same, I would immediately go like, "That's
That
not my
dude.
dad. He raised me, but I don't know who I'm from." I swear to God. So let's
Uncle
bring
Bob
up.
is your mom? Is that what you're trying to say?
All right, you were doing an intro. I don't know how we got
Before-
here. But,
yeah,
oh, it's
before-
because of the boy band thing.
Yeah, thanks. If you would have just went, yeah, that's a good idea, we would have been way past this.
Some things can never be forgotten. Let's move.
Are we still talking about Eduardo?
Do whatever you want
Yeah,
to do at this
Eduardo.
point.
So Eduardo comes in, spends some time with us, comes back about 30 days later, spends more time with us. We realize this is something we've got to do and make a all-in connection with Foundation Cigars, Tabernacle, Wise Men, Axum, all of the goodies. And what better time when you have a company that is based in America. It's America's 250th birthday. The original currency was tobacco in the United States. George Washington was a tobacco farmer. All of these things scream America. So we have him come in for the 4th of July, and we couldn't be more happy. He joined us for First Friday last night. He's back today, and we're going to have some fun. So with that, welcome Eduardo Aguilar.
Yeah!
Yay!
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Buenos
Buenos
dias.
dias.
How's everybody doing?
That is the
Make
extent
sure
of my
you're
Spanish,
focused.
by the way.
Slide up just a little bit so that way you're in focus. I don't want you to be out of focus there. Good morning.
Good morning.
And
How you guys doing?
You are a very kind man. He said Aguilar for weeks, and I've really wanted to strike him.
Do
For
it.
weeks.
Let's go.
This is the second time I'm
Right.
going to throw hands.
What
at
did
you.
I do?
it. Let's see
How
it.
do you say your last name?
Well, I say it Aguilar, but you could say Aguilar.
I am from Nebraska. I'm as white as they come. He marries a Castro. So he's all, and all the shit that you guys, the way you guys roll your tongue when you're talking and stuff. He's fluent in Spanish.
Pops, but you say you're from Nebraska, but you got that sauce though, Like, so I'm not giving
Look,
you
I
a
grew
full
up
pass,
in
you
the
know
hood.
what I mean?
So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it
I
might
had
have been
to-
Nebraska, but it was also North Omaha.
Yeah,
And if you've been to North
Yeah.
Omaha,
Yeah.
it's a little sketch. But good morning. Thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for
so
having
much for
me.
being here.
I'm excited to be here. As Pop said, this has been a relationship in the works, and I'm excited that this weekend is kind of a little bit of a culmination of that.
If you had 30 seconds, a minute, however long you want, really, I don't really get you. But if someone has seen the cigars, has smoked the cigars, and really enjoyed the cigars, but they haven't really known about the brand, what is that one kind of through line that you want them to know about the brand and the history?
Yeah, our tagline is rooted in tradition, crafted for today. So we are a Connecticut-based company. But for us, our focal point is the stories behind our brands. We really let the tobacco speak for itself. We don't, harp on, our tobacco was aged in Mars for 27 years, and we really let the tobacco speak for itself. But we really want the focal point to be the stories within all the brands, because that is, all the brands are interconnected. And there's a few key things, that are prevalent amongst all the brands. Nicaragua, Ethiopian biblical themes, but in terms of today, Connecticut, and us being a Connecticut-based company, we're one of the only, if not the only, tobacco company that has their corporate office on an active tobacco farm in Connecticut.
Really?
Yeah. So when we peek out the window when it's harvest season, we can see, the trucks going by and the tobacco. So we're really living in it.
That's amazing.
That's
That's
really
amazing, and it's a very unique thing that here in the States doesn't exist.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're Connecticut is a very unique region. We have a finite window in which we can grow tobacco, which I think is what makes us special. And if you really look at a lot of the other regions around the world where you grow tobacco, Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, you can grow tobacco all year round. Whereas in Connecticut, again, we have a small window in which we can grow. And I think oftentimes when you hear, Connecticut tobacco, I think it kind of goes over people's head that we grow that tobacco in the northeast part of this country.
Yeah.
They just kind of say it, but I think having that short window in which we can grow the tobacco is what really makes it special.
And maybe you can, just from a 101 standpoint, because I think some people will look at this and say, oh yeah, I've heard of Connecticut. Will you explain, maybe they may see a Nicaraguan cigar that is a Connecticut wrap, or what all does that mean? Is that a shade? Does that specifically mean it needs to be grown in Connecticut? Can the seed be taken from there? How does that term, which is very common?
Yeah. So there are some things that are a little bit interchangeable. I think when you look at, say, Connecticut shade, for instance, right? Nowadays, you don't really see a lot of Connecticut shade being grown in the valley. A lot of that is actually grown in Ecuador. For those who don't know, Connecticut shade is basically tobacco grown under cheesecloths, right? To create a little microclimate, that kind of drops the humidity down a little bit. But a lot of that is grown in Ecuador. But Connecticut broadleaf, is something that is grown in the valley. And really what makes that special, outside of that finite window in which you could grow it, is, a lot of the minerality that you find in the valley. One of the things that is unique about Connecticut is that when you look at Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, the thing that those places have in common is a lot of that is volcanic soil.
Right.
There's no volcanoes in Connecticut that I'm aware of. And so really, these rich mineral deposits, that exist in the valley is what really makes that tobacco very special. And Nick, the owner of the company, he is Connecticut born and raised, and he really wanted that to be Connecticut to be at the forefront of the brand, and I think it shows in a lot of the brands that we have and that you guys carry.
And really, for the most part, people think Connecticut, they think Connecticut wrapper, they think mild, but actually Connecticut broadleaf tobacco, Pennsylvania broadleaf tobacco, those tobaccos are typically used in more fuller bodied cigars.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Yep, tons and tons and gobs of flavor, and that's really the whole portfolio.
Yeah.
Is you can take a Charter Oak Connecticut and still have flavor to it, right? You can get into the Wise Man or all the way to Tabernacle, CT 140. The whole line, the whole brand has lines with tons and tons of flavor.
Yeah, and that is something that is really at the cornerstone of what we do. Nick's vision when he created the portfolio was that if you only sold foundation, would that be enough to suffice your customers, right? And so, that's why we have different price points, different flavor profiles, different blends, different strengths, so that if you only sold foundation, I think that we have a little something for everybody. And while I think we're known more for our heavier blends, there's a lot of other things that we make that are just as good, but I think it's just a question of finding, putting the right cigar in front of the right person.
And we were talking about the testing committee earlier, and we tested over 100 cigars. I think in previous testing sessions, we had cigars that were just legitimately, whose idea was this? This was, somebody shouldn't have done this. This time, there was a lot of cigars that were very tolerable, but then when you smoke an Axum or you smoke any of your foundation cigars, it screams what everything else was missing, which was flavor, depth, integrity, or complexity, intensity, but still balanced and all of those things. Where a lot of the cigars were just like, okay, that's good, it's okay. It just didn't do anything.
Of course.
And if we would have dropped the Axum or one of those in there and peeled the label off, people would have lost their mind because we had so many cigars without anything going on.
Right.
So yeah, it's been an eye opener since we've added so many of the new products. I know, like the 10th anniversary, we've got some legitimate crack addicts on those right now that just love the 10th anniversary. Like, it's your top 3 favorite cigars ever? Yeah. So the spectrum that you guys are covering is awesome. Tell us a little bit about this. This is a special. This is an event-only cigar.
Yes.
I have smoked this cigar, and talk a little bit about the 1810 3-pack.
Yeah. So, we are a Connecticut-based company, as I mentioned. Our office is in Ellington, Connecticut. The first documented cigar factory in the United States is in Suffield, Connecticut. built in 1810. So the name of this event only cigar is called Primer Fábrica 1810. So first factory 1810. And so we really wanted to pay tribute to that rich history, not only of the United States but specifically Connecticut. And so we sourced the broadleaf that we use here, specifically from Suffield, Connecticut. And this size that you see is a popular size that was around in the
Yeah, very
1800s,
much.
early 1900s. So if you recall seeing like the old like Looney Tunes
Yep.
movie cartoons, you'll see kind of this perfecto. So it's a 6 3/4 by 60 softbox press perfecto, and I think it just really encapsulates a lot of the history that we kind of pride ourselves on.
It's a pretty cigar. It's
Yeah.
really pretty. I
Yeah.
do definitely want to fire it up.
It is.
That's really neat.
Sit down and enjoy it, but make sure you're sitting. It is no joke.
Yeah.
If for those of you that think full body, it's smooth and it's comfortable. Anybody can smoke it, but the guys that really claim to be a full bodied smoker,
Yeah.
do that.
And what I love about it is because it is, a perfecto, you hear the word, transitions in the cigar, first, third, second, third, etc. I think this cigar, you really have, really true transitions because of that size, right? So when you first light it up, you're tasting a little bit more of that wrapper
Yep.
because the ratio is at such where you're tasting more of the wrapper, whereas as you're kind of building your way through that cigar, you start introducing more filler,
Yep.
and
As
then
it
the
opens.
experience exactly just
Yep.
definitely changes, So this has been a really, great tool to, help promote, some of our lines. So, how we use this is basically a tool to help introduce some of our core line product, right? So whether it's a Wiseman Corojo or a Wiseman Maduro or the Oxen Claro and the Oxen Maduro, we use this for our core lines, and it's done extremely well ever since we've launched it.
Well,
So
that's
all you have to
fantastic,
do
yeah.
is you come in, you buy a box of the cigars, and they are down. We have some that are 10 count box, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So 10 count box, not a huge investment. This cigar, if the 10th anniversary is $30 some, that's a $90 box of cigars, right
Yeah.
there. And you'll get that free, but that is the only way that you can get it.
Correct. Yeah. So it was a gift with purchase, and again, I think that it's a really valuable tool that we use because you can't buy it, right? And I think in general, a lot of people, you want what you can't buy, you know what I mean? And the only way to get it is, through the purchase of some of these, these boxes that we make. And I think it's just, a great thing to have in the shop.
Yep, and this evening we will be doing, basically for the rest of the afternoon, we're going to go, 4th of July, bring your cookout, bring your shoes that light up in red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
We'll be here. We're gonna go just regular kind of like grill.
Just come on
grill
over to
and
our
chill.
house for a barbecue. It's not 103 outside.
That's right.
Come in, watch the games.
Yep.
And
We'll have
we're making hot dogs.
Yeah, we'll have
We're-
dogs. We'll have American cans of tall boy beer. Actually, I don't know if they're tall boys or not, but we'll have a cooler full of beers. We'll be here, and then we have a VIP session, which might or might not be sold out.
I think it is. I think
It's gonna
that's
be
at
close.
5 o'clock.
That's at. I think it's at. Is it 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock? I'll check.
I asked Haney. He knows.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but then we're also going to do. We're going to take another run with our handhelds. We'll just be closer to our device.
Yeah, this is great.
And we'll mic them up. And the one thing that I really like about Foundation.
6 o'clock. I've got that at 6 o'clock.
At 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Okay. So the one thing I really enjoy about Foundation cigars. So after that, we could do the kind of the educational session on Foundation. But every cigar has a story, and I think that's lost in this industry. We hear as as retailers, we hear what the wrapper is, the binder is, the filler is, and what the price is. What was the thought process?
That's right.
What was the mission? What were you trying to accomplish? And everything has a story within the Foundation line, from how it's branded, why it's named what it is, what caused this blend, and it's a great way to learn about the line. A lot of people know the line because Tabernacle,
Right,
but
right.
the line was so much broader. So come in. Look, there's a smaller corral of guys in this industry that I just absolutely enjoy being around. One of these guys.
And I will attest to that, because the way that Pop's behind the scenes has been just not only singing your praises, but just been legitimately interested in going, hey, we heard a very, very great line from another cigar manufacturer of Crux Cigars, Jeff Hogan, one of the guys that I trust with my wife and my kids.
Yep.
And he said, put people on the same rung of the ladder as they put you on.
Yeah.
And watching this and hearing how he's spoken about you, he's like, we've got to get on the same rung of the ladder. And it's this genuine respect. And I think this is what I am very excited to see what the future holds for us. And I'm really, really proud to welcome you into our home and into our family. And
No, thank you. I really appreciate that. As Pop said, when I came in here, I saw what you guys were doing. Not only obviously with the physical space that is beautiful, but the community that you guys have built. And that for us is something that is really important. One of the big themes that you'll see kind of within the portfolio is family. Nick is a big family guy. We make a special cigar called the Especiales, which commemorates each of Nick's grandfathers, right? Pegnataro and Pasquale. And you guys being a family-run business, that's something that we really take pride in and really want to help support. And to echo what you were saying in terms of meeting people where they're at, I think for us, this is the exciting part of being in the industry when you have people like yourselves building and working towards something is what really makes this job fun. And so I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for us to continue to grow with you guys.
And we have the two cigars that you're talking, those two last names that you just threw out, that of course I would screw up. But we have those cigars here. And so tell us, are they 5x48s? Tell us a little bit about those two cigars, because they're brand new to the humidor.
Yeah, correct. So they are. So one of the brands actually that I'm smoking right now is the Charter Oak, right? So you see this Charter Oak tree. That image of that Charter Oak tree is something that's like super synonymous with Connecticut. So when you go to Connecticut, there's like Charter Oak banks, or you'll see just Charter Oak trees, and it's something that really goes back to like the indigenous cultures of the Native Americans, kind of using this tree as a symbol of strength, right? And it's something that is at the cornerstone of Connecticut culture. And the Especiales is a limited edition version of that line under that umbrella. So the blends that we use for those cigars are actually different than the shade and the Maduro versions that we do for the regular Charter Oak. And again, Nick wanted to pay tribute to each of his grandfathers, because both of them actually smoked cigars, and they're the ones that were the ones that introduced Nick to cigars.
And that's, everybody's got that first initial connection.
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
What was it? What was that thing that got you to want to smoke cigars?
Yeah. What was yours, out of curiosity?
Mine was, I had smoked cigars on the golf course, and I finally had this cigar. It was in 1994. I had a cigar from LFD that was, it was a 1994 cigar, pink. I'll never forget it. But it was the first cigar that told me, oh, they can be different. But the one experience that I really remember, that I really visualize, and it's the realization that scent is such a trigger of long-time memories, is the first time I really smelled the foot of an Atabey that had this sweetness that smelled like pipe tobacco. It smelled like my grandpa's pipe that I used to smell when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And I immediately was in their living room, and I'm picking up that pipe and I'm smelling it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I smelled that in the foot of that cigar, it was just like, it made that connection. So I think to me, it was almost like my grandfather was, setting the path for me, and I didn't even realize it at the time. But yeah, it was cool. What about you, Brand?
I mean, we saw you had cigar boxes in your closet. We're like, oh, that's cool. That was just the thing we wanted to do. I actually spoke with this about on 4th of July in that theme. The first cigar I ever smoked was with Grandpa Mike, and we were at his house in his back porch.
How old were you?
12 or 13.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he gave me a Black and Mild with a tip on it, and we were using that to light off. I think we drove down to Missouri because fireworks were illegal, so we just got a whole box of bottle rockets, and he just had me smoking the Black and Mild and just lighting the fireworks just for hours, and just sitting there. And that was, I just remember thinking the whole time, am I going to get in trouble for this? And that was the first ever experience I had with a cigar. But then as we got deeper into it, it was just to me, it's always been. It's why I don't smoke by myself. I don't smoke at home by myself.
Yeah.
It's always been about what's around it.
Yeah,
You know, and I think we do the hard work of curating the right humidor, but
Yeah.
I do not enjoy smoking a cigar by myself as
Interesting.
much as just. I'd rather be in here and not smoke than be at my house and just smoke a cigar and look at the
Yeah.
trees. You know, sometimes you need it, but
It's so funny. Like, I'm a little bit of the opposite, where no matter what mood I'm in, cigars. I kind of always go back to cigars, right? Like if I'm happy and I want to celebrate something, I should have a cigar. I need to think through something, or I'm having a bad day, smoke a cigar. You know what I mean? Like I always just kind of go back to it. And obviously, is it better to smoke with other people? Of course, because I think that's where you're gonna be able to, not only learn about other cigars, but even just learn about other people, right? I think in our space, some people may think, oh man, so many people smoke cigars, but really when you look at like the population of people and compared to those that smoke, it's super small.
It is.
And so
Yeah.
I love it when, I travel both, for work, but personally as well. And I love it when I'm in another country or somewhere else and I'm smoking and I see another cigar smoker. You gotta make eye contact.
Yeah, it's
like,
like,
you're
yeah.
like, oh,
Hey, we're in this
you're
together.
my guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you're into what I'm into. And it's an immediate equalizer.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
Which is
100%.
one thing that I love about cigar shops in general. Is that it doesn't matter. You could be sitting next to a doctor, construction worker, whatever, and everyone's the same.
And you kind of look for it when you go to
Yeah.
these places. You're kind of looking for it. We got on a cruise ship one time, and I was sitting up there, and I'm smoking a cigar, and this guy comes in the cigar area, and I'm like, this is my guy.
Yeah.
This is my guy. I can't wait. I'm going to sit here. I'm smoking a cigar. I'm gonna be, this is going to be the dude. And he comes up, and I had a Cowboys hat on. And he goes, I'm an Eagles fan. I go, that's a big boat.
it's a big.
But there's something about when my finger is like this, and I got something here, it tells my brain everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That is.
Well, good.
very
We're
valid.
excited
Yeah.
that you're here for tonight. We're going to have hot dogs. We're going to have, apparently now we're going to have whiskey. So what could go
Yeah,
wrong?
that's right. Texas Wild Whiskey will be here, just dumping whiskey down your gullets for 3 hours. So enjoy that.
Yeah, it'll make our cigar conversation just that much better.
It'll be something, that's for sure. No, but thank you for being here. Thank
My
you for being a
pleasure.
part of this. Welcome, and with that,
I think that's it.
let's get to
Happy
practice.
birthday, Merica. Come on in. Let's have a good time. We'll watch some commie football, and we'll have a good time.
That's
Let's
it.
go.
Yeah.
We're out.
Peace.
Peace.